早安，大家好。然后今天我用英文，因为我中文真的很烂 ，so we're going to switch it up a bit and use some English this time. So today's topic I'd like to talk about is identity. What do I mean to that? You probably wonder where I'm from, why I can't really speak Chinese, and I look Asian. But I can give you a little bit of a background. So, my parents are both from China and Malaysia, but they actually grew up in the UK. And after that, my father got a job and he moved over to Germany, and that's where I was born. And when I was born, they only gave me a Chinese name. I don't know why, because a lot of my friends have English and Chinese legal names. They do as well. But my sister and me were only stuck with Chinese names. So it's actually Ren An. But in different parts of the world, we have different accents. So in Germany, their Korean is a little bit different. They like to roll their R's. So my name for 7 years was Renan. So for 7 years, Renan, no Renan. Then after that, we moved over to the US. And there, we started out living in Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is the southern part, so they have like a southern accent, like a cowboy. So my name over there was Ren An. And I lived in Tennessee for about 6 years, so 5 to 6 years. So I was Ren An for 5 to 6 years. Then after that, we moved up north to the New York area, and they also have a different accent with English, and much stronger. You know, they're always like, "How you doing?" and things like that. So my name was Run On, just run and on. So when I used to get bullied at high school, it would just be, "Hey, run on sentence." So I'm okay. It wasn't that bad. And then after that, when I attended uni in New Jersey. Met a lot of people, and it was always quite annoying to have to tell them my background, my name, what it means, where I'm from, why I have a Chinese name, why I look Asian, but I can't speak Chinese. But in the end, I heard someone say, Ray An, Ray An, Ray An, and it caught on. And I was like, you know what, let's forget the An, just call me Ray. And so Ray was actually born in university in 2006, yes. And after that, I just started to use Ray actually when I was going through my career in New York and Washington, D.C. And it actually worked out pretty well. I think Ray was catchy and it was easy to stick in people's mind versus Ren An, that they couldn't remember how to say my name, they'll just forget me. So just now, I came to Taiwan in 2014 and I was just like, finally, a place that can speak Chinese. You guys can say my name, Ren An. So I'm so happy, finally, I can use my real name. But I soon came to realize Taiwanese love English names. I have a friend, his name was Jack. The next year, he's like, no, Daniel. He just kept changing his name. And so everyone here just continues to call me Ray. So no Ren An yet. So we'll see what happens from there. So sort of like for me, it's a identity crisis. And who am I? But I think every name had a unique experience, and I learned a lot about myself through different experiences. But this leads me to more about not just my name identity, but what is our life identity? What is purpose in life, right? I think a lot of the students here, you guys are probably going to start asking yourself that. What's the next step in life? So sort of you can ask the question, what am I running after? So for me, I'll share a little bit. When I started my career, what was the first goal I had? The first goal I had was that I was running after status. Status. So I was trying to work at big name companies, trying to build my CV, and thought that that was everything, and that would help me grow, and maybe become a CEO in the future. So I was working for interning at companies like ESPN, MTV. So it sounds good, but I realized my position there, I couldn't really grow. It wasn't a place where I could showcase what I was actually good at. So then after that, I spent a few years in retail management, running a mall or store, and there I was chasing after money because I could make a lot of money. It was more sales oriented, but I realized that I didn't have any passion for my job. So then I sort of transitioned and I said, hey, I want to do the next big thing. I want to try some startups, and so I was chasing the dream. And chasing the dream at that point, it was the other way around. I realized that you can't make money, right? Startups, it's very tough to find the 投资, the investment, and you're also living a very poor lifestyle. You have to save the money, you have to put all your efforts in. And then soon after that, I just said, you know what, let me just find stability. I just want enough money, comfortable, have a car, have a house, a dog, and grow old. But then it got boring. And I started to ask myself, what is my purpose in life? So every time I was chasing something, I was missing something. There's always a give or take. So with that said, I realized that I think for the students here, I just want to let you know, because I studied and now I did my career for around 8 years, and now I'm back to study actually my PhD here at TEDxYuanZeU and also teach. But at the same time, I realized in university, my undergraduate, I was studying about what job to do. But now I'm back studying, but realized I'm studying what to do with my life, which is two different things. So sometimes it's easy for us to get it confused because we think that job actually is life, our career is life. But I encourage you that we need to think that job is not, it's just a segment of life, and actually life is greater than that. We have so many other parts of our lifestyle that attribute to who we are. So now, instead of running after the money, after the status, I just realized, I should be actually running after to try to find my true identity so I can live wholesome for the rest of my life. So how am I going to do that? So I'd like to introduce to you a concept called Ikigai. It's a Japanese concept. And what is Ikigai? Ikigai basically tells us, it's a guiding model to tell us what our purpose in life is. It has another meaning that says, what is the reason that we wake up every morning? And then also, what is something that makes life worth living for? What is that thing? It can be one. It can be more than one thing. So if we achieve Ikigai, actually, it states that we are able to live a very, very happy life. And sorry, technical difficulties. Yeah, we're able to live a very, very happy life and little to no stress. And in addition, a very long life as well, which leads to even over 100 years old, which actually Ikigai is originated from Okinawa, Japan, right? And actually in Okinawa, Japan, they call it the land of the immortals because they have the most people in the world, population, that are 100 years and older. So they sort of say it's give or take based on like your diet, your lifestyle, but also Ikigai. And a lot of the people that live there attribute Ikigai to their longevity of life. So how does it work? Ikigai, I wanted to say IKEA, sorry. Ikigai is made up of 4 areas. The first area, Ikigai tells you to do things that you're good at. The second part says, do things that you love. And the third part is asked to do things for the world. And lastly, do things you can get rewarded for. So when we're thinking about job, it's sort of very much correlated to my situation. And Ikigai, if you're able to achieve all those 4 areas, the intersection between all of them, that middle part, means you have achieved Ikigai. Now, how about mine? So I started to analyze the Ikigai model and apply my life to it. And what I had realized was actually the 4 problems that I told you earlier that were my barriers, actually Ikigai can fix those, and they fit perfectly in each area. So, for example, growth. If I can realize the things that I'm good at doing, I should be able to accelerate in it, grow into it. Additionally, if I really figure out what I love, then I should enjoy it. I should always be motivated to do it and have passion for it. And next is, if I find out what I can do to give back to the world, that sort of gives me purpose in life. And last is, if I find what I do that makes money, right? It's sort of the reward. So how about when they all come together? I still have to figure out what I can do that intersects with all of them. So what did I realize that I'm good at? Although I studied in different fields, business management and things like this, I realized that I enjoyed doing branding, creative positions, and doing design. But I think my father always said, can you make money purely by being an artist or doing design? So I sort of went more into the business direction. But I realized this is what I'm actually good at, not what I do for money. Secondly, what did I realize I love? I think that my escape is always going to the gym or doing sports as well. and so fitness is something I love. And also music, like beatbox. So when I came to Taiwan, it was really cool that I could actually meet someone from YZU also. He's my Shuidi, and he's the Zuban for the Asia Beatbox. So I'm really happy that Taiwan even gave me the ability to do something I love, which is help do the Asia Beatbox Championship event. So, doing things you love, although it's not about the money, I realized that I sort of have to find the future goal that I can achieve things that I love to do. And what I currently do that sort of gives back to the world is beach cleaning. And it's something commonly that I would do because I love going to the beach a lot. I grew up by the beach in the US as well. So, and for Taiwan, it's such a beautiful island and we're near the coastline. So I like to go out there and enjoy the nature, but we also have to be responsible for the nature. And then last, what do I do that rewards me? So currently I'm a startup consultant and I do research. So those are the things that pay me, that's my income. So that's how I classify my reward. Now, I figured it out, but still, how do I figure out my ikigai? What is the middle intersection? So I decided to create a project called How Good. Yes, Project How Good. Now, what is Project How Good? How Good is meant to help me reach my ikigai. So if we break down actually what How Good is, we can see that there's the 4 circles and 4 areas that I've incorporated in the branding, because I believe the brand message through the company will always resonate with me and what I want to achieve. Also, How Good actually is got some Chinese funny in there, because how actually equals good, right? Ni hao, the how. So it just means good. So try to double your goodness for the world. And also leads to a question of how good can I live? How good can I give? So I'm trying to take the principles of ikigai and put it into the vision of this project. Now, what does How Good do? We focus on social impact, 智慧责任, and we plan to become sort of a team that can do brand and event management. And by doing so, we want to design, develop, and deliver unique activities. And mainly, we call this the social impact activities. For example, beach cleanup. So I said I'm already involved in this. So I thought to myself, how can we take such a simple activity and make it even better or more fun, a better experience? So usually in the beach cleanup, we have a group of people that will go to a beach and they will clean the beach. This is usually maybe a few hours or a day, maybe once a month, once every 2 months, depending also on weather. But I thought to myself, how can we try to amplify it and spice it up, make it more fun? So in this formula of beach cleaning, I decided that How Good wants to focus on things dealing with gamification. This is our ingredient to make activities more fun, more valued experience. So what is gamification? Gamification is basically as it sounds. I think many of you guys here play PC games, video games, and what it means is just taking the elements of gaming, like points or scores or ranking, and then applying it to situations that are non-game scenarios. For example, if we go buy a cup of coffee, we just go buy it. But now you see there's a lot of apps and jidianka or the stamp cards where you can collect points. So this is actually called gamification, because you hope that you can reach a goal to reach something. But in addition to that, it gets you involved with other people because it's competitive, right? For example, if we go to like a 7-Eleven, they have a certain toy or gift you can get with your dianshu. And if they're sold out of it, they're sold out of it. So you're always rushing to be one of the first people to get the gift. So in some way, it's a friendly competition. And by instilling competition, what it does is actually increase the engagement and motivation of people. So I just thought this could actually fit into social impact. So how do we do that with a beach cleanup? So we have a group of people cleaning a beach. But why not we have 2 teams clean a beach, compete against each other. One team is in Taidong, another team is in Kending. They have to compete with each other to see who can clean up the most trash. How much kg are we weighing? So to even make it more fun, we want to maybe time it. We say, hey, you have 3 hours, see who can clean up better, who can clean up more. And of course, we put in incentives and prizes and things like that. There's always a cause, a motivation. So in some way, it's like we're creating a live game, a new type of game of competing with each other. If team 1 is at 55 kg, there's about an hour and a half left, and team 2 is like, oh, we're 5 kg behind. They're going to get more involved and maybe clean up more of the beach, right? So that's the end goal. So how are we gamifying social impact? So that's an example of gamification. Now, a second ingredient that how good we really want to use to make more impact is what we call influencering. So influencer is also plainly just like it sounds, right? People who are IGers or actors just have a following, a fan base. They have further reach. They can help raise awareness. They can help educate. They can help share the impact. The local issues that maybe are hidden and not seen, they can help emerge it so there's awareness in the society. So how do we now put the influencering into the beach cleanup? So we have 2 teams. Why not add 2 team captains, right? 2 KOLs, 2 influencers. And now, ideally, if we have them in play, we should have more people involved, right? So more people involved means more cleanup. We will deliver more impact, correct? And on top of that too, if we want to using social media as a platform to get awareness out and educate, that's how we'll do it. For example, if we live stream to some board, everyone is like watching live, seeing what's going on. So not only are we delivering the impact there in real time, but we're also raising awareness online. So it's sort of the best of both worlds, online and offline. And this is how I think we can maximize social impact. And this project right now is what we call Sunset Eco Battle, just a little branding and fun where we find maybe 2 companies that are willing to sponsor teams, or even their company comes out and they compete against each other, and we have a network of influencers that are willing to lead those teams. So it's sort of like sponsor based. Now, this type of activity that How Good does is focus on nature, of course, focus on the beach. But we also have activities that we want to focus on, such as humans, right? Human and nature. So right now, we have a few ideas that we're designing and that we want to try to execute. And this is sort of the hope that we can keep increasing, gamified and influencer events and sort of build a menu and keep going from there. So for the human part, I can give a quick example. Since you remember I said that I like to go to the gym, I was just thinking to myself, how do I do something when I go to the gym and can give back to the community? So I thought to myself, when we go to the gym, we're always trying to burn our calories, whether it's running or lifting weights. We burn calories. But where else are calories present? In food. So I just thought about, how's the exchange work? If I burn 1 calorie, how about that calorie becomes a food calorie? So if 1 biendang is maybe like 500 calories, and the average workout, I can maybe burn 300 to 350 calories, 2 workout sessions, I can burn enough calories to donate 1 biendang to someone who needs food. So, just thought to myself, I'm not changing my behavior, I'm just doing something, but now with more motivation. So maybe I'll work out even harder. So that's good for my health, and then at the same time, I'm helping someone else. So this is sort of the idea behind workout. Then you create a meal, take out, and then we hand it out to the person in need. And this is called the workout handout project. So this is a tiny example of the human type of activity that How Good hopes to do. Now, all those activities that we design, we hope that we can build enough following and get a lot of participation in. And once we get to that stage, what we want to do is also sort of create a public ranking. So going in theme of gamification, if you guys participate in How Good activities, what can we also do to help your exposure is we want to sort of build like a leaderboard. So, and the leaderboard can let people know how much you've been doing, participating in giving back to the world. We have yet to design how the metrics will work, but we'll think about a point system. And it gives a chance for different stakeholders, such as the companies, they have CSR goals, the corporate social responsibility, influencers want more exposure, and then you, even as a citizen, if it's the public joining, at least we can also give you the credit for contributing back to society. So this is sort of the goals of How Good, and we hope that we can increase the frequency of activities, we can increase participation, and then also increase overall the experience and delivery of social impact. So how is this possible? How can I figure out how good can I create this? And actually when I was creating my Ikigai, when I was sort of trying to fill it out, I realized that I already have a network of things that are related to my Ikigai, and that I'm able to reach into each of these networks through what I already love, do, and good at, do for the world, and do for money. So now it's sort of like bringing those resources together to be able to make projects like the ones I've shared with you happen. So that leads back to everything about identity. I think Ikigai is a good guidance, a map for me to realize what my life identity is. But the question is, once you reach Ikigai, what happens after there? Am I done? Have I achieved it one time? For me, no, I'm going to gamify it. If I've done one activity, I sort of reached one level. If I do another activity, it's another level. If I do another activity, it's another level. So I can keep upgrading actually until there's no limit actually, infinity. As long as I keep practicing what I'm trying to do with Project How Good, I am achieving a state of Ikigai simultaneously. So this is the concept behind Project How Good. Now, before I conclude with my speech today, I want to meet somebody. This is my Dai Nai. She actually lives in Taiwan, and I only met her a few years ago. I actually did not know she lived here. I heard through a relative. I also call her Ama. So my Ama, she loves ice cream, and she eats so much when we go to buffet, and she loves chocolate. And I just think, oh wow, usually people at that age maybe cannot eat sugary things or have to watch what they eat. She says no, she's got no diet problems. She can eat anything, so quite healthy. And then on top of that, she loves to watch drama. And when I talk to my uncle, he says that she sleeps at 2 a.m. in the morning watching drama. And how can you sleep so late and be at that age and be healthy? So again, just another experience that shocked me. But actually this year, she is going to be 100 years old. And for me, relating to everything about Ikigai, talking about how people live over 100 years old, she's really inspiration for me to sort of create this project as well, because she always tells me smile and be happy, and stress should just be something that comes and goes. It should not stick inside of you. So that is something that drives me to do this. And just to end, I challenge you guys, how good can you be? How good can you live your life? Thank you.